Welcome, Boat Dwellers. My name is Nacho Bidness. We are at Sunshine Tidings Co-op today, and I have not done any building on this playthrough here to speak of. In fact, there is not even a generator in this settlement. But I am going to show you how to light this place in 5 minutes. I'm going to start a stopwatch, and we're going to light every pre-existing structure in this whole settlement in under 5 minutes. We're going to do it with no generators, so no noise. There won't be any wires anywhere. And we're going to also throw in a tutorial for the AND gate. So, and I wanted to do that because a lot of people don't like having wires all over the settlement. Now, that's certainly not me. If you've watched my builds, you know that I enjoy a messy build style with wires going everywhere and through walls and you name it. I figure, wires can go through walls because, hey, in the real world I got a drill, so I'm going to pretend I have a drill in Fallout. But some people don't like that, and they like a nice clean thing, and they don't want to mess around with this power stuff too much, and I get that. You play Fallout the way you want to play Fallout. So I think this is going to be useful for some novices. And unfortunately, this building is already lit, and even if I scrap this light, it's still lit. So this building doesn't count. We don't have to light this building. Now, I am not all that great at video editing, so I don't know if I'll be able to throw a clock on the screen, but I am going to start a stopwatch when the tutorial actually begins. So yeah, if you want to see a real build here at Sunshine Tidings, Robosexual Colony is what I built here. It was inspired by Futurama, and it had like a Scrub-a-Bud robot wash and whole mess of characters, and it even had a suicide booth. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. And without further messing around here, let's get started on the tutorial. I have entered the build mode. I am ready to go, and I'm going to hit the start button on my stopwatch right now. So what do we need? We need a couple of things out of Advanced Settlement Power. We need a logic input, which is this guy right here, and it just generates a constant 1 power when it's on. And we need a clock switch. And this clock switch automatically turns on at 6 p.m. and turns off at 6 a.m. So this is how we're going to have our lights turn on and off automatically. I'm going to take a self-powered terminal from the electronics mod, and I am also going to get a large radius conduit from the electronics mod. So I'm just going to put that right there so everything kind of flows from left to right. And now we're going to get into the scary thing. We're going to get into logic gates. Logic gates are actually not as intimidating as people make them out, but come on, load. There we go. So this one is the AND logic gate. Both inputs on the AND logic gate have to be hot for the output to be hot. So once we connect two things here, we can see two ins are 1. That means they're on, and out is 1. And that's it. We're done. We are actually done with all of the wiring that we're going to have to do for this entire build. Now let's go ahead and start putting some lights down. I want a light in the outhouse here, and I want to put a light in the cabin. Now, I am not going to try and do like every building has a custom lighting set up or anything like that. I am trying to do this fast, and that means that some sacrifices on creativity will have to be made. But I'm doing this to prove a point that electricity and lighting in Fallout don't have to be complicated if you don't want them to be. So I'm just going to peek in through this window and put a light there and get another light here. And I apologize if this part might be just a little bit boring or repetitive, but I also wanted to do it in real time, again, just to prove a point. So we got that wall light, and we got a ceiling light, and let's move on to the next cabin. We're almost done with the cabins. We just got 2 more to go. And this is by far one of my favorite settlements. I really did enjoy my Futurama build here. I think I especially liked, I had 2 different bars because they were kind of like 2 different kinds of robosexuals. I figured there would be a whole spectrum of robosexuality, just like there is a whole spectrum in the entire LGBTQ community, and I just thought I would maybe pay a little homage to that. So there we go. We're going to put some different lights in here because this is a bigger room and requires more light. How are we doing on time? We have lit all the pre-existing structures in less than 4 minutes. And I can even demonstrate how this works and still hit my 5-minute goal. So right now all the lights are on, but if I turn off this logic input, the AND gate output turns off, and that means that radiant conduit doesn't have power, and we don't have lights anywhere in the whole settlement except for, of course, this room where we can't scrap the lights that already pre-exist. And we turn it on, so we've got a manual override at night. We can turn the lights off if we so desire at night, but we also want them to turn on and off automatically. So I got 30 seconds left. Let's set up the clock switch. I think that the activation time should be at, let's see, at 7:30 p.m. And I think that the deactivation time should be at, oh, come on. Oh, I'm not going to make it. Oh, it's froze on me. I'd have made it in under 5 minutes if the terminal hadn't froze up on me right there. So I want all the lights to turn off at 7:30 in the morning and turn on at 7:30 at night. And I am going to go find a chair or a bed or something, and you're going to see a little jump cut, and we're going to watch these lights turn themselves off. Should be, yep, there we go. All the lights just turned off, and they did it on their own. And I set up this entire settlement and that whole lighting system and all the components for it in 5 minutes. Now, it might take you just a hair longer the first time you do it, but yeah, that is all it takes. And it's made a lot easier with the advanced settlement power and electronics mods. So, I did briefly talk about the AND gate during my little 5-minute window, but this gives another opportunity to illustrate this. Since the clock switch is off, no matter what I do with this switch, the AND output is off because this one is off as well. So you can look at the green lights there and see that no matter what I do with this switch, there's no power to that conduit. So there we go. That is how to light an entire settlement with an automated light system with a manual override, and you can do it in 5 minutes. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, be sure to hit the like button down below. If you didn't like, please tell me why in the comments, and I will try and do better next time. Until next time, my name is Nacho Bidness, and I'm saying it's a great big wasteland out there. Let's go have fun in it.